Welcome to Weddings Unveiled, the podcast designed to help you build a productive, profitable wedding or event business. Here's your host, Angela Profit.
Hi, y'all. It's Angela Profit, your event and productivity therapist, coming to you from the heart of Music City in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for tuning in to this podcast of Weddings Unveiled, professional tips and secrets on wedding planning and event design, where we take you behind the scenes of our past experiences in the event industry, what we have learned from them, and how they have made us stronger. This podcast will help you grow a productive and profitable business to launch you into success within the hospitality industry. Today, I'm joined by the best communications and event consultant in the business, Alison Burry.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me, Angela. I'm excited to share some of our past experiences together. We've definitely been through some unique situations over the years. What are we discussing today?
Today, we're going to talk about try to keep your clients from watching the setup for the ceremony and the reception.
Awesome. Well, tell us the story about that. What happened?
So in this situation, the bride and groom were upstairs getting ready in separate rooms, and they could pretty much see everything that was going on for the ceremony and the reception, which for some clients, it's really okay. And trust me, I tell the clients when they're going to be getting their hair and makeup done on site or getting dressed on site, please don't come into our setup because we want to finish everything before you come in and see it. And our super type A clients, they can't stand it. And they'll come in and say, well, what about this? And this isn't done. And this is halfway. And this isn't right. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like 30% into the setup. Like, give us a few hours. Everything's going to be perfect. And so I really try to stress to them to relax, enjoy the day, and do not keep coming in because it just distracts everyone. It's just super frustrating. For those of you in the industry that have been doing this for a while, you totally know what I'm talking about. And so I would, again, the bride and groom were upstairs, both getting ready. And finally, they started pictures. And so they stopped kind of breathing down our throats, asking us when were we going to be done. And then the ceremony started, and the ceremony went off without a hitch. It was an outdoor wedding. It was beautiful. The weather was great. And then they had more pictures, and then the bride went upstairs back to her getting ready room, and so she could still see out the window, and she was touching up her hair and makeup, and she may have even been changing dresses at that point. But right before we were going to announce the bride and groom into cocktail hour, we took them some food. They were having a little private meal upstairs. And then all of a sudden, the DJ starts talking over the microphone, which was not our regular DJ. The bride and the groom had hired the DJ, which is fine. But again, we always try to do a timeline meeting with the DJ so they understand that just because they have a timeline, it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. And don't talk in the microphone until we give you instructions and we let you know what's going on, because we all know that things don't ever run on time. Sometimes we're ahead of time. Doesn't happen that often. Sometimes we're not right on time, or my gosh, we've even had clients change their mind as to what they want to do when they're announced. So the bride happened to hear that the DJ was telling all the guests to go out to the lawn, and they were not supposed to be out there. They were supposed to be underneath the tent, and the bride and groom were going to be announced, and everyone was going to be in the tent to welcome them into the reception area. So I had to sprint down there because all my team members, we were all doing various activities trying to get ready for the bride and groom to be announced. And I had to tell him, oh my gosh, it was so uncomfortable. Like, please don't talk over the microphone until we tell you what's going on. It's not time for everyone to move out to the tent. Like, we want to introduce the bride and groom first. So very awkwardly, he asked the guests to come back up under the tent. And, moving 200 people back and forth, it's like herding cows. Like, it's not easy. And so we had to walk around and ask people to go back up under the tent, which they had already started to find their seats because there was a seating chart. And the bride got really upset that the cocktail hour was starting off kind of bad in her opinion, but I told her, I was like, no one knows what's going on. Like, it's totally okay. Like, I just tried to calm her down because she was very much one of those type A accountable people that wanted everything perfect. So, Alison, I don't even know, where were you while all this madness was happening?
Pretty sure that I was in the reception room, like doing the final touches, and they had a lot of little details on all the tables, and I'm pretty sure that I was just taking care of that while everything was going on. And she was also one of the types of people who really, really liked to have Angela to talk to about everything. And so I remember all her bridesmaids would be coming down and they were like, she really wants to talk to Angela. And I was like, well, Angela's busy, but what does she need? And they were like, she wants Angela. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just stay over here and Angela can go up there. So I think I was working on a few different things in the reception room, but we ended up getting everybody in and it was fine. It wasn't the end of the world and everybody had a great time. But Angela, what was your biggest takeaway from everything that happened that day?
Well, I would say when you have a type A bride, really understand and identify that, you got to build their trust. But using the word flexible actually plants a seed in the client's head that, especially when you're doing things outdoors and indoors and moving people in and out, that having flexible plans will make things flow and you will have a much more stress-free environment. And I know very early on, I built a relationship with her. And now a lot of the times people are like, where's Alison? Where's Alison? I need to talk to Alison. I'm like, I'm glad for you to talk to Alison. It's the best feeling ever that clients know that I'm not the only one that they can rely on. And I don't think that this client quite got that in the beginning. But, we work together and make sure that everything's taken care of. But again, I would reiterate the word flexible for those type A clients that you really, really just want them to relax. Because at the end of the day, I just want my clients to have a stress-free day.
Definitely. But can you share with our listeners some of the different products and resources available to help wedding and event planners?
Absolutely. They can visit our blog on the website at angelaprofit.com. There's always great articles and resources available there. You can also sign up for email updates where we send out tips and resources only to people on our email list. We also do free webinars with lots of different subjects on how to help your business and grow your company. We also have a few live events coming up next year, so be sure to stay tuned and look for information on social media about that.
Awesome. Well, Angela, thank you so much for sharing your valuable advice with us today. I can't wait for next week to tell more of our incredible experiences together.
And thank you for joining me, Alison. Thank you so much to our listeners for joining us today on Weddings Unveiled, professional tips and secrets on wedding planning and event design. Tune in next week to learn more from our past experiences. And if you found this podcast helpful, please share it with other wedding and event professionals. Be sure to subscribe today so you never miss the juicy details of Weddings Unveiled. I'm so passionate about helping other event professionals, and with my background in psychology, I appreciate that our best selves develop from real life situations like we're sharing with you on these podcasts. So thank you again so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for great tips to grow your business. And if you have a question or unresolved issue that you would like guidance on, connect with us on angelaprofit.com. And until next time, remember to stay productive and profitable.
You've been listening to Weddings Unveiled with Angela Profit. Join us next time for more insights to help you build a productive, profitable wedding or event business. For more great resources, head over to angelaprofit.com.